So as we've seen Donald Trump's second impeachment trial get into day two and then now into day three, there have been a lot of questions about just what has Donald Trump actually been doing these last few days and even the couple of weeks since he left office. And there's a very interesting new article in the Washington Post from Josh Dawsey and Ashley Parker that tells the story of Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, doing a lot of golfing, not surprisingly, doing a lot of just calling old friends and trying to reconnect with people. He reportedly continues to have many political aides on his payroll just around him, sycophants of sorts of different kinds. But this Washington Post article really tells the story of a former president and former sort of big shot businessman, at least to some degree, whose world is really crumbling around him, increasingly isolated from most of popular culture, half the country or more disgusted with him, unwilling to patronize his businesses anymore. And while, as Josh Dawsey writes in the Washington Post, Trump is confident that he is going to be acquitted, he is increasingly disturbed, partially by the absolutely bizarre performance of his attorney, Bruce Castor, on Monday, the free association Rorschach test sort of thing that took place, which we covered yesterday. Trump disappointed in Bruce Castor's performance. Donald Trump also reportedly not pleased in general with how Republicans have been, some Republicans have been responding to the evidence presented so far. And Donald Trump is in this sort of bubble. And we know that Donald Trump was in a bubble while he was president of the United States. But he seems to sort of further be protecting himself with this bubble. And part of it, interestingly enough, is coming from the fact that Donald Trump is banned from a lot of social media platforms. Were Donald Trump not banned from Twitter right now, he would be not only tweeting, but also spending more time on Twitter and maybe seeing that there are even many Republicans disgusted with Donald Trump's role in inciting the riots on January 6th. The fact that Donald Trump has been removed from Twitter and a number of other platforms has placed him in what many people around him are saying it is a state of being adrift. No idea of what to do day to day, no idea of what comes next, and whether there is a future for Donald Trump's political life and business life. And I think this is another aspect that it just sort of remains to be seen. Like, does Donald Trump go back to doing real estate deals at this point? The one thing that has been mentioned by a number of sources that Dawsey and Parker cite in their Washington Post piece is that Donald Trump is calmer than was expected. He was reportedly screaming about Bruce Castor's terrible performance, but Trump seems relatively calm as he is adrift and unclear about what the future is of his business and political life. But Donald Trump reportedly furious with some Republicans, including Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who did vote to impeach Donald Trump in the House of Representatives, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, who said Trump does have some responsibility for the attack on the Capitol, then ended up backtracking when those comments exploded. So the general sense here is that this is a Trump surrounded by the most extreme sycophants, because who else would be left at this point to even be around Donald Trump, given what's taken place? Off social media, partially because he's been kicked off, furious with the Republicans that he believes have abandoned him, and unclear as to what the future of his life even is at this point in time. Now, one other interesting detail about Donald Trump during the impeachment trial and in the days leading up. Early on, you'll remember that a bunch of Donald Trump's lawyers for the second impeachment trial quit. It was, I guess, a week ago Sunday, not this past Sunday, but the previous one. Part of what we believe led to that is that Donald Trump was insisting to his first legal team that they defend Trump in the impeachment trial by arguing that Trump's claims about a stolen election were true. This is sort of like an affirmative defense. If you're accused of killing someone and you're being charged with murder, one defense would be, I didn't do it. I didn't kill anybody. An affirmative defense would be, I did kill them, but it's not murder because it was self-defense. And what Donald Trump wanted was the affirmative defense of, okay, yeah, I did tell people to go to the Capitol and they were being inspired by me, but it was because I rightly identified that the election was stolen from me. Trump's initial defense team reportedly thought that that was an absolutely terrible idea, knowing Donald Trump's instinct for self-sabotage and inflicting, unforced problems upon himself. They didn't go with that. And Donald Trump ultimately getting new lawyers, but that is not the case that is being made. And the case that we have already seen previewed by Donald Trump's attorneys, Bruce Castor and David Schoen, and which we are going to continue to see today and as the defense mounts, are simply that Donald Trump didn't incite the riot. Period. And that another source of isolation and fury and confusion from Donald Trump. So I don't know what the future of Donald Trump's life is. What I hope happens is that the country can move on from Trump. But at the same time, and we're going to talk about this on the Friday show, I do actually hope, for the sake of the left, that Donald Trump tries to start a third party, because so many Republicans have said in surveys that they'd be willing to abandon the Republican Party and follow Trump. Trump starting a third party could be exactly what the left needs to really make some progress over the next 2, 4, 6, even 8 years. So we'll be talking more about that on tomorrow's program. If you are anything like me, you probably aren't thrilled with the idea of going into a doctor's office right now. And thankfully, there's a practical and affordable way to take control of your health and get personalized care from the comfort of your home. It's a service called SteadyMD. They're one of our sponsors. You take a quiz, you get matched with a licensed primary care physician who understands your health needs. You have a 1-hour video call with your new doctor. You establish a meaningful relationship with them. And after that, your doctor is available to you anytime by text, phone, or video chat. This is not a random doctor on call. Each doctor at SteadyMD has a limited number of patients, so they actually have time to listen to you. You get the personal attention that you deserve. They can do almost everything an in-person doctor can do: perform medical evaluations, talk to you about health concerns, send prescriptions to your home or local pharmacy, and anything they can't do online, they'll quickly set you up with an in-person provider to do, things like blood tests, as an example. You don't need insurance. It's only $99 a month with no other fees or copays. There are so many practical advantages to using SteadyMD for primary care, and it's also so much more affordable. Go to steadymd.com/Pakman to take the free quiz, see which doctor is right for you. I took their quiz. They matched me with a doctor who specializes in my particular health needs and situation. The doctor they gave me is a really perfect fit for me and my medical needs. There's no risk, no commitment to get started. Just click the link right underneath this video.